Guys, I'm back with another video for you today, and today I'm talking about Beach Geeza fragrances. Are you familiar with this house? There's a new fragrance that's launching from this house called Pearl Leather, this one right here, and I'm going to talk to you about it today and then also do a rank list of the entire Beach Geeza fragrances. There's 7 total fragrances. If you're curious to learn about this house, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, I'm talking about Beach Geeza fragrances today. I discovered the house in Miami. I met the owner of the brand, Ryan. Although I've been curious about the house because I see his Instagram posts all the time. I was following the Instagram account, but since I was going to World Perfumery Congress and he was there, we got to talk and things like that. In fact, I actually helped him name this fragrance Pearl Leather. So Pearl Leather is just now launched. There is a discount code in the info box. It's the Perfume guy, and you can use that discount code to save 10% off. Do want to mention also these fragrances are very indie and they're all handmade, so I really do like supporting indie brands, and that's why I'm doing this video to highlight the entire collection today. So Pearl Leather is a 2022 launch. It is created by Ryan, the owner of the brand, and it features notes of white leather, vinyl, saffron, castoreum, woods, tobacco, amber, limoncello, and watery notes. So what does this smell like? So first I want to let you know, this isn't like any leather fragrance I have currently. It's a very unique leather fragrance for me. Very, very unique. There is that kind of lightly animalic thing happening with it, but it's very tolerable. In fact, for me, it doesn't get very, very animalic. For you, you might be more sensitive to it, so double check before you blind buy something. But for me, I don't get the animalics with this one. It is a very clean leather, but in addition to the leather, I also get something pleathery, vinyl-like in here. Very, very unique, right? I feel like they mentioned watery notes, and since the brand is very beach and tropical island and vacation kind of themed, I feel like this is kind of a leather that's very, I wouldn't say beachy, but kind of sort of marine and close to the beach, if that makes sense. That is the kind of smell I get. Like, just imagine you're dipping in the water, like the sea. It's salty, you've got the salt stuck on your skin, and you kind of have a hotel really close to the beach. You're heading over, you're gonna jump in, there is that vinyl shower curtain. You pull it, the smell of the salt, the water, it's ozonic, the vinyl smell, all kind of rolled into one. That's the kind of leather I get with this one. That's one thing I get from this. The other thing with this one, it brings back scent memories. There's something about it that reminds me of fabric. Like fabric clothing designer and things like that. When I was young, my parents owned a clothing manufacturing company, so I was always there in their the manufacturing plant where they design clothes and things like that. So there is that kind of very unique smell there. And for me, this fragrance takes me back there. So it's kind of like a, not only the leathery smell, but the vinyl pleather kind of smell, but also like fabric in there. But you definitely experience the leather for sure in the saffron, because it's very saffron-y. Definitely the saffron is present, and saffron is very aromatic and spicy, but it has these leathery undertones. It's used to, kind of create the smell of leather in this. And then he also mentions that there's castoreum in the notes. I'm not picking it up too much. It's very tolerable for me. For you, as I said, it might not be that easy to wear, so I would double check this one before doing a blind buy, because everyone is what do you call it, the sensitivity is different for everyone. I can tolerate animalics, not overly tolerate them, but for me, I'm definitely tolerating them here, and it doesn't get very animalic to me. But you do have that tobacco and amber in here as well. I would say it's a little ambery in the dry down. The limoncello, I think, is very, very minute amounts up top. And of course, as I said, it's watery, so that I do get a watery touch here. And it's kind of like a leather in the beach setting. Not necessarily uber marine, but something kind of like near the coast or something, like a coastal leather. I guess that makes sense. One other thing about this fragrance, it does remind me a little bit of Tower Perfume's Lone Star Memories. A little bit. Just a little bit. It's not identical whatsoever. It just has that kind of similar leather, because I always felt like Tower Perfume's Lone Star Memories smells like vintage or classic car interior. I don't know where I get that from. This one kind of has like that kind of a feel as well. But Lone Star Memories is very animalic. This one is not to me. So those are what I get with this particular fragrance. It's definitely a very unique leather fragrance. It doesn't smell anything like ombre leather, Tuscan leather, Coeur de Russie. Very, very unique. And I definitely get the leather, pleather, the vinyl, the fabrics all rolled into one with this one. With the waters though, there's definitely a watery thing happening here. So that's Pearl Leather, brand new, and you got the pearl on the label there, as you can see. Alright, on to the ranked list of the entire Beach Geeza fragrances. You know, there's some really great fragrances here. I really love a few of them very, very much. I really love them, and I will tell you what they are. But we're going to start off at number 7 with my least favorite from the house, sadly. It's Juniper Java. And I really love the name. I love the way the name came up here. It's got Juniper as a note, and it's got Java Vetiver. Juniper Java, just very, very catchy name. But sadly, this one did not work on me. I don't know why. There's definitely something I wanted to mention that I forgot. The fragrances I'm talking about today are eau de parfum, but there's definitely an eau de toilette version of the same fragrances. The eau de toilette versions of the same fragrances do act a lot fresher, so if you don't like very heavy fragrances, I would go with the eau de toilettes. Of course, eau de toilettes are going to be less expensive as well. But today I'm going to be talking to you about the eau de parfums, as those are what I was testing. But yeah, as I was saying, Juniper Java did not work out for me. I initially thought it might be the top notes that were not working, but I really enjoy the top notes here. The notes breakdown is Juniper, Java Vetiver, Sicilian Citron, Sandalwood, Oakmoss, Yerba Mate, Lush, Jungle. At least that's what the notes are credited. I definitely get a citrusy punch up top from that Sicilian Citron, and I came to realize I really enjoy the top here, but as this fragrance was drying down, I wasn't really digging it, at least on my chemistry. But it is a very earthy, woody, grassy fragrance. It's aromatic, it's spicy, there's green touches and mossy touches, and of course there's not a lot of warmth here. It's more fresh and citrusy. Of course, citrusy up top and very woody, earthy on the dry down. So that is Juniper Java at number 7. So we have at number 6 Cocoa. I should say Cocoa, because there's a fragrance called Cocoa Moon that I really, really love from this house. There's also Cocoa Moon, which is you know, obviously spelled differently. So Cocoa Moon is the original fragrance, and Cocoa Moon is with the addition of cocoa and chocolate. So I'm putting Cocoa Moon at number 6 because I kept wanting the original when I kept wearing it. And it's chocolate. I love gourmands. But for me, since I love the original so much, this I kept wanting the other. I don't know why. But this Cocoa Moon features notes of coconut, chocolate shavings, cocoa, oak moss, vanilla, fresh pineapple, sandalwood, benzoin, and bergamot. So basically what's happened with the Cocoa Moon is they've removed, or Ryan's removed, the floral notes, which I really dig in the original Cocoa Moon, and replaced it with a chocolatey touch here. So in the end, it's woody, vanillic, and sweet and coconutty. And of course, that definitely has the mossy, powdery experience as well. So this is Cocoa Moon at number 6. So I'm putting at number 5 Pearl Leather. So Pearl Leather is a very unique leather experience. As I was saying, to me it has the smell of not only leather, but vinyl, pleather, and lots of fabrics all rolled into one. But very, very watery, and kind of almost like you're on the coast. There's a coastal feeling about this one because of the water. But definitely get a vinyl-like quality with this one, and also definitely get the fabric-like quality in addition with the actual leather. And then the saffron in here is also pretty prominent. You get a major dose of saffron in this one. Very unique, and it doesn't smell anything like other leather fragrances, so I highly recommend you try that one, but I'm putting it at number 5. So Pearl Leather currently doesn't have an eau de toilette, and also Cocoa Moon doesn't have an eau de toilette. But next one is a toss-up between number 4 and number 3, but I'm putting Jet Set at number 4, this one right here. And Jet Set does have a eau de toilette right here. I like Jet Set and also the next one, which is Bay Rum, equally. So I just decided which one goes where. Jet Set to me has a very unique smell to it, that there's a soapiness about it from the shaving soap note. So it's kind of like a fougere, but kind of very unique. It reminds me, again, I have scent memories with this one. Like I had some kind of a fizzy soda, but not necessarily cola or Pepsi or Coke or something like that. Something very fruity and very unique, because there's a major effervescence about this one, and I don't know where it's coming from, but it features notes of shaving soap, sea salt, neroli, sweet orange, bergamot, oak moss, liatrix, patchouli, and tobacco. So there's definitely a marine thing happening here. There's definitely a salty thing happening, but it's fully fougere-like with that shaving soap. In fact, it's very, very soapy. You definitely experience the soapiness in this particular fragrance. Of course, you also have along the way earthiness, there's tobacco-ish light touches, citruses, and there's florality here as well. But, you know, it's almost like a very unique fizzy drink. Like let's say you've gone to a foreign country, very tropical, somewhere, I don't know, island somewhere, and there's this very unique fizzy drink there. You order it, and I don't know, that's what I'm getting from it. Very unique smell. It's that plus the soap in it. Anyway, Jet Set at number 4. And if you're doing the eau de toilette of Jet Set, again, it's definitely a lot fresher, a lighter take on the original with the Jet Set. Finally, at number 3, it's Bay Rum. And Bay Rum is super delicious. It's also very, very warm, spicy. There's also freshness there, so it's kind of like competing. Fresh, spicy, warm, spicy together. It's chock full of spices and boozy rum note, and it features notes of allspice, cane sugar, rum, bay leaf, copaiba balm, oak, benzoin, gurjum balsam, nutmeg, cloves, cardamom, and cassia. So cassia is I believe it's the leaf of the cassis plant. So there's a light fruitiness here, but it's very warm. So in the dry down, it's very warm and balsamic, and it's ambery, but up top it's very spicy. And definitely the Spice Islands come to mind, the tropics once again. If I didn't mention this already, the brand feels like it's a vacation brand theme. Like lots of holidays, getaways, tropical, beachy, all of those come to mind with this particular, brand. And of course this particular fragrance takes me to the Spice Islands and the tropics and things like that, where you got all these different unique spices, and of course rum comes from there as well somewhere, and you got all these unique ingredients to go in to create some kind of a very warm and fresh drink. And when I'm saying fresh, because there's some fresh spices here and fresh notes, but it's very, very warm. The other thing about this one is also it reminds me of the holidays. Allspice and rum, almost like you're drinking some kind of a cocktail during the holidays. That's kind of a warm cocktail rather than an iced cocktail, if that makes sense. Very, very yummy, very delicious. It's Bay Rum EDP at number 3. Again, the EDT is definitely a fresher take on that fragrance. So if you like the idea of a fresher take on the Bay Rum with all its warmth, definitely the EDT is freshened up. So my favorite fragrances from this house are at number 1 and number 2, and I had a hard time picking where to put either of those 2 fragrances, but I am putting Ocean Water at number 2. I love the way this fragrance smells. I'm not a marine fragrances guy. This smells super fantastic. I really love it. And what I like about this marine fragrance is it's not necessarily fishy marine, it's earthy petrichor. That's what I get from it. I don't know if you guys know a fragrance called Bay 19 from Le Labo. The petrichor-like earthy smell in that fragrance is in this particular fragrance. Very unique for a marine fragrance. I absolutely love it. And the good thing about this particular fragrance is, and I haven't talked about layering, it layers really nicely with the Coco Moon, which is at number 1, obviously. Now you found out. Well, you found out when I told you what number Ocean Water is. But Ocean Water features notes of sea salt, ambergris, driftwood, bergamot, cucumber, and musk. I feel like there's some kind of a petrichor note in here, because you do experience the salt. There's definitely saltiness here. And also you experience the ambergris. There's definitely the touches of ambergris here. It does get a little marine. But I think that petrichor-like earthy smell, almost like soil tincture, kind of covers it up. You're almost like in the ocean, going all the way down to where the floor is. You're going under it even further, where it's not necessarily marine, but it's more like earth. Because there's definitely an earthy smell in this one. Really, really a great creation, I think. One of the best from this house. So it's definitely salty marine. There's definitely ambery touches. But this is a fresh amber because you're creating the amberiness from ambergris. Of course, there's stabs of woodiness in here and ozonic touches. But I did write down petrichor for this one. Really am getting petrichor. Really get that from this. And it's a great scent. Ocean Water at number 2. The interesting thing about the Ocean Water and Coco Moon EDTs, I much prefer the Ocean Water EDT over the EDT of the Coco Moon. Did I say that correctly? Yeah, there's something about Coco Moon's EDT that's all kind of sharp and metallic and aromatic. But Ocean Water's EDT is great. In fact, I'm going to be taking this on my trip with me, just to have a tiny little bottle of this Ocean Water to wear in the heat. Finally, Coco Moon is super delicious. It's a very interesting and unique coconut creation. I've never smelled any coconut fragrances like this. And I don't know, it's so unique. It's like an addicting kind of smell, both Ocean Water and Coco Moon. So it features notes of coconut, oakmoss, vanilla, cedar, fresh pineapple, sandalwood, benzoin, tuberose, jasmine, and bergamot. Remember, as I was saying, when I was trying Cocoa Moon with the cocoa note, I kept wanting to smell this one because this one is so addicting. I wanted the chocolate to be removed and smelling this. I don't know why. I'm addicted to it. I really love this one, and it starts off kind of like it's very, very woody, and it's got these vanillic undertones, but it's sweet and sharp and creamy and also woody. It's basically what it is. I wouldn't call this a traditional beachy coconutty fragrance, because to me it was a shock at first. Like, what is that kind of a thing, you know? But there's this sharpness about it, and I think that's what kind of woke me up. But it's also got that very addicting smell that I keep wanting to wear. And I've worn this the most out of the entire collection because, as I said, it's the most addicting, it's the most unique. I really love this one, and it deserves the #1 spot. Anyway, and as I was saying earlier, the Coco Moon EDT is not my favorite. I feel like the creaminess has been removed from this, and it's all very aromatic and sharp, and sometimes I have challenging time with sharp fragrances. I don't know, at least to my nose the EDT is sharp, but Coco Moon's creaminess is what I really like, contrasted with that sharpness. Anyway, those are my thoughts on these fragrances. These are Beach Geeza fragrances. Let me know what your favorite Beach Geeza fragrance is. Put a comment down, or if you have a few favorites, put a comment down. And don't forget to take advantage of the discount code, the Perfume Guy. It's in the info box. There's a link there as well. But let me know what your thoughts are on pearl leather. Are you curious to try it? Again, it's very unique. For me, this one is a very unique leather. It's not anything like any other leather fragrances, because not only do I get the leather and that saffron, but I also get lots of pleather, vinyl, and fabrics. Pearl Leather is out now. Go check it out. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.